and guess what else? Happy Plant Appreciation Day! Woo! Today, friends, is Plant Appreciation, and I'm so excited to share with you all of the fabulous plants in my life. So, of course, you are in the Digital Daycare, a very special live stream event brought to you in collaboration with my girlfriend, Misha, at MIT's Magica Lab. Shout out to you out there in Boston. And of course, we are in our 4th week. You and me have been hanging out for 4 whole weeks as of today. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you sharing with your friends, doing the projects along with us, tagging us in all of your amazing photos. It's been so much fun hanging out with you guys for the past 4 weeks. This will be our last week together, but not forever. Just for this special live stream event that was brought to you in awesome partnership with the amazing, fabulous Living Room Realty. Thank you so much for providing the Fab Lab an awesome home to come to you live in, as well as our incredible media partner, Rain the Growth Agency. Thank you to those 2 Portland local female-founded businesses for making sure that we could come to all of you every day for the past 4 weeks. Now, as I mentioned to you, today is International Plant Appreciation Day, and we're going to learn about plants and make a little special gift for ourselves, for our friends, and for the earth to celebrate. But the first thing we're going to do is a what? We're going to wash our hands. I'm just over here washing my hands, and I'm going to do a solid 20 to 30 seconds. Oh, hi, sorry. I'm doing a solid 20 to 30 seconds of hand washing. I thought that I had my Fab Lab hand washing song on for you guys, so sorry for leaving you hanging. I'm washing my hands for a solid 20 to 30 seconds. At least now you know that I'm actually washing my hands and not pretending, you know what I'm saying? I hope you're not pretending either. For the past 4 weeks, we have been learning how to get in between all the crevices of our nails and our cuticles, our thumbs, our fingertips, our wrists, so that we're keeping ourselves and each other super safe. And of course, remembering to never touch your face after you wash your hands, because that helps the little critters get into all the places. Okay, so my hands are nice and washed. I hope your hands are too. And if you have not already caught the graphic that we sent out on Instagram and on Twitter this morning, you're just going to need 3 things for today's special project. And those 3 things are water, discarded paper, if you have some extra mail, magazines, paper towels even. This project is going to be perfect for paper towels because we've been washing our hands a lot over the last couple of past few weeks, and the ones that you discard in the trash can that have just been dampened because they dried off your hands, they're perfect to use for this project. So if you're washing your hands a lot and using paper towels, just set them aside to dry because you can recycle them in this project. As well as I said, mail, old homework sheets. If you have, in my particular case, I'm using old gift wrapping, so I've got tons of tissue paper and gift wrapping that have come in different things. What are we going to do with all of this? We're going to make Fab Lab seed bombs, guys. Are you ready? So grab your discarded paper, grab some water, and grab some seeds. I'm super stoked that I just found out about ProTime Lawn and Garden here in Portland, Oregon. We just picked up these seeds just this morning. If you can't find them in your local grocery store, you can find them here, like we did. Okay, so why are we making seed bombs today? Why in the world would we do such a thing? Well, have you ever heard of botany, friends? Botany is the very special study of all things plant life. Plants are super special, living, multicellular organisms that do so much for all of us. Not excluding the fact that when we breathe in air, the oxygen comes from the trees and plants. As a matter of fact, did you know that half of the world's oxygen comes from the Amazon forest? It's very, very true. So oxygen is what we breathe in, and when we breathe it out, we breathe out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is collected by the plants and turned into oxygen. So they give us what we need, and we give them what they need. And it's just a beautiful cycle that we just share together. Now, air is not where it stops, my friends. Nutrition. Every single thing that you and I eat depends on the Plantae kingdom. The Plantae kingdom is the kingdom family that all plants belong to. Now, we're talking about things like moss, green algae, grass, trees, shrubs, flowering plants, and non-flowering plants. Now, vegetables fit into all of that. Legumes, things like beans, the things that we've been making together over the past couple of days have been pretty plant and vegetable forward. That's because directly and indirectly, we need that for our body to get the best nutrition possible so that we can metabolize it and use it as energy. It's great, right? And it doesn't stop there, friends. Tools. And I'm not just talking about hammers. Did you know that the average tree, the average sized tree, is large enough to produce 170,100 pencils, my friends? Yes, I said pencils. Amazing, right? In addition to shelter, most of us, if we are living inside of a house or even an apartment, a lot of the bones and our roofs are made of wood. That wood comes from the same trees that we might make pencils out of. So not only are plants important for us to eat, important for us to breathe, important for us to have shelter over our heads, and also do creative things like write and do homework and sketch ideas and images. They literally have a complete jurisdiction over our entire life. Jurisdiction is going to be a very important Fab Lab vocabulary word later this week, I promise. So plants are super important. They're super duper fun. Today is Plant Appreciation Day, and we are going to make something to celebrate. My friends, if you have not already gotten all of your goodies, your discard paper, as well as a bowl and some water and some seeds, just gather it all, gather what you have. And actually, if you don't have paper handy, but you've got soil, like soil from the dirt outside, or clay, you can get, sometimes our parents have beauty clay, or if you live in a sort of deserty type of place, you might be able to find clay there. And you can use clay for this project if you don't have access to paper for some reason, but this is the easiest, most accessible version of this particular project. So all you're going to do is start off with your paper. Gather whatever paper that you have, and you can do this project, you can begin collecting for this project at any time. Like I said, anytime I get gifts in the mail or go shopping at some of my favorite stores and they put tissue paper in the bags, I literally put it in a little plastic baggie, I leave it off to the side because I love making Fab Lab seed bombs. I keep them for myself. I legitimately gift them to friends on a regular basis. And then also, if I have them in my pocket, which is not unusual, I'll just toss them in a vacant lot that needs to be beautified a little bit. And it's really fun to come back, walk by different lots and different places that are maybe a little bit vacant and seeing your seed bomb grow. So gather your paper and get some water. And the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to, just grab another bowl. You're going to want to tear your pieces of paper up. This part is a lot of fun. If you have, or your family has, a paper shredder, extra fun. I love using the paper shredder. When I was a kid, it's all I would do. I would accidentally, in some cases, shred the wrong things, so make sure you have parental supervision and you have permission to use the shredder, but this project will go so much faster and is a ton of fun if you have access to a paper shredder. So in this particular case, these were just little like little stuffing, like little pretty stuffing from a box that I had, so it's pretty easy to get that in there. But then I've got like tissue paper. As you can see, it's all wrinkly, and I'm just gonna cut it up and put it in a bowl. And a really smart thing to do would be to add a little bit of water to your bowl first. Because what you're gonna wanna do as sort of the second-ish step is you're gonna wanna soak your paper. So in this particular case, you can kind of do like a 2-for-1 step where you're shredding your paper and soaking it at the same time. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just going to cut my paper up. Actually, I'm gonna use my hands. I'm feeling like using my hands today. If you're feeling a little aggressive, this is a great project. So I'm just gonna tear up my paper and put it into my water bowl. And I'm gonna try and get my pieces as small as I can. That's sometimes why I like to go for scissors. Let's see here. I like to use scissors because I can get the pieces of paper a lot smaller, a lot faster. This is awesome. Great. Great. Ah, excuse me. Oh. There you go. Excuse me, guys. Just had to do a little Fab Lab adjustment. Okay. So all I'm doing right now is adding my paper to my water bowl. Are you following along? I would love to see you do the steps to your project. And like I said, this is just discarded paper from one of my favorite stores. They put tissue paper inside the bags all the time. Instead of just tossing it out, I hang on to it. They make super fun, super pretty seed bombs. And you know what else? This exact recipe, this exact project is perfect for making homemade paper. Shout out to my friend Ania Williams and her adorable daughter Nuimi, Black Founders Matter, not Black Founders Matter, excuse me, Black and Brown Founders founder. She is so awesome, and they are actually making paper this week. I saw on Twitter that that's what they were doing. So this is kind of a similar, could be a similar project that they be doing, but you can fully make your own homemade paper. You could make seed paper with this exact recipe. We're not gonna make seed paper today, but we absolutely can. And maybe that's something I'll do in my off time. Okay, so because I already got started with another bowl, I'm gonna set this aside, but what you're gonna wanna do, again, is water just to the point of covering all the paper you're going to stuff in there. And you're going to wanna let it soak for some time. How long? Some say overnight. I have done this project just like this, 1, 2, 3, and it did not take me overnight at all. But I think a good rule of thumb might be like 2-ish hours, a minimum of 2 hours, because the next step is going to thank you. So here is my soaking paper that I got started just this morning, okay? So just this morning I got my paper started. The same process, cutting it up into a bowl with water, and I just let it sit. Now, I've got some tissue paper in here and some tougher paper. The tougher paper, you should for sure aim at least 4 hours, but the tissue paper is perfect to get going in less than an hour in some cases. But I got a mix here, and I've been letting this hang out for about 2 hours. So the next step is going to require parental supervision or the help of an older sibling. So, and by older, I don't mean if you're 9 and your sibling is 10. No. If you have a teenage sibling or older, 13, 14, they can help you with this project, but getting some extra support in this next step is very important because we're gonna go to the blender. Now I'm gonna go to my very simple hand blender. Oh, before I do that, I'm gonna fill up my blender bowl, my little blender container. This is just a simple hand kitchen blender. It's not a big fancy one. I would not recommend using a big fancy blender for this particular project because the paper can take a serious toll on the motor, not necessarily the blades, but the motor of it. So you're gonna wanna use something that's easy to replace, inexpensive. In my particular case, I use my hand blender for this project. So all you're gonna do is put your paper in your blender. I'm gonna aim for and yes, this is a messy project. It's a super messy, super fun project, but it's easy, and believe me, what comes out of it is so much fun to share. There's so much fun to make. They keep my hands super busy, and they make me really stoked to share with friends. Actually, this weekend, I became a member of a local community garden in my neighborhood. I was walking home on Friday, and I happened to walk by a different street in my neighborhood that I don't normally walk down, and I saw some kids playing, and they looked like they were having so much fun in their garden with their masks on, and they just looked like they were having such a great time. And I stopped and I asked, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, it's a community garden, just a few community members getting together, and they invited me to join, and I did. And I sat and made a couple of these bombs with a few of the girls. We were distancia social for sure, but it was really easy to make happen without any planning. So this is a very simple, easy project that you can get done really, really fast. Okay, so I've got my soaked paper, my soaking paper inside of my little hand blender, and I'm going to add a bit of water. The water that it was soaking in is totally fine, and I'm going to bring it to about half the point, like halfway full. I'm going to pour it so that it's about, maybe about a third. This isn't fully a half, this is about a third. And then I'm going to grab I don't know which top to use. I'm going to start off with this blending top, the one that has like the spokes, and see how far we get. Okay. So why I'm doing this is because the next thing I want to do is create a pulp, okay? There are lots of enzymes and things that you can't see in paper that turn into kind of like a glue, and we're going to help this paper turn into a pulp and help to get that glue that exists naturally inside of the wood that this paper is made of out to get the pulp going. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to walk over to my blender, and it's going to get a little bit noisy. It's going to get a little bit noisy, but that's okay. Okay, are you guys ready? And I'm just going to pulse and pump this just a few times to see how it goes. I don't want to burn out my motor, and I'm going to want to stop every now and then. Alrighty. If you guys are tracking with me, I would love to see your parents tweet or leave a comment on Facebook. Alright, here we go. You can already see it turning into a really fine mush. Going way better than normal. Okay. Not bad. Okay. And next I'm going to add a little bit more of the paper, of the soaking paper. Oh, see what I mean? See how it gets tangled around? And just like I said, it's almost all very carefully, I can see the blades. I'm being very careful and looking at the blades, and I'm being careful not to get the blades tangled up in my fingers. But as you can see, my slightly tougher paper that only soaked for about 2 hours, my thicker paper, is just tangling up around the blender blade. Super normal. You can just remove it and keep going. And if you are using tougher paper, then go for more like a 4-hour blend. But there's plenty of it in there. I see it looks pretty good in there. But I'm going to grab some more. And I'm going to just use my hands to pull it apart. I'm going to use my hands to pull it apart to see if I can get a little bit more action going. I've got 3 different kinds of paper in here. Sometimes I go with like all white tissue paper and make these beautiful little, like almost like snow white balls. And sometimes I'll use, depending upon the color of the seeds that I have, oh, they just look so beautiful. They almost look like pretty soap or something. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the paper. This is a very messy, very fun project. Anybody can do this, so simple. The ingredients you probably already have. If you can't find seeds at your local grocery store, or if you don't have a hardware store or a flower shop or a lawn and garden store nearby, you can totally pick off any one of the 200 seeds that are on the outside of any strawberry. I said 200 seeds and I said 1 strawberry. So if you want to, you can do the tedious task of picking the seeds off of the strawberry, and you can dry them and that will work. But also tomato seeds are super easy to get to. Peppers are very easy to get seeds from. Depending upon the type of the time of season, sometimes you can shake seeds from flowers and bouquets. Sometimes they just fall right off, depending upon the type of flower that you're working with. Okay, I'm gonna go back to blending. Although this is starting to look really great. I'm super stoked on it. Okay. See, it's a super normal thing that happens. You just wanna take it out and shake it and keep blending. I think it's had enough. Okay. Alrighty, friends. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab a plate. And this plate is going to help us. I might actually grab 2 plates and a paper towel. Okay. Alrighty, friends. So what you're going to do now is prepare your pulp. If your sink is nearby, you can just drain off some of the excess moisture, because the next couple of steps are going to be all about shaping and wicking moisture. So this is the first step that I'm going to do. And it feels so cool. Feels very different than what we started with. So I'm going to, over my sink, press out some of the liquid with my hand, some of the water, so that my pulp is easier to work with. You don't want to squeeze it too much in this step, because you still are going, you'll see. Alrighty, here we go. Now, as an alternative, if you have more time and you really want to, you can leave this to drain on a rack, but ain't got time for that. Alrighty, perfect. So here I am with my pulp from my Fab Lab blender. Okay, so here's my pulp. This looks so fantastic. Most of this has really, really come together into a beautiful pulpy mush. Just so fantastic. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some seeds. Now in my case, I got them from a local lawn and garden store. I highly recommend that if you're going to do this project, you can absolutely do vegetables if you like. You can do shrubs and other flowering plants. You can do shrubs. You can do really anything that you like with this project. But if you're going to do any seed, do a bit of homework and research and find out what plants and flowers best grow in the region you live in. And get seeds, wildflowers, flowers, whatever you like, that are native to the place that you're in. So when flowers grow, when plants grow, when food grows, it's not only taking nutrition from the soil, it's also giving it back. And then it's also around for the different animals that are in the area that are native to that space. And sometimes you can help them along by making sure that the things that you're planting are good for them to eat, that it's going to be replenishing the soil in the way that it needs it. And so do a little extra homework and see what plants, wildflowers grow natively in your part of the country, anywhere you live. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my seeds, sprinkle my seeds directly on my pulp. And this is just a simple, low-profile wildflower mix that I got from ProTime Lawn and Seed. So shout out to them. Thank you so much for being open. Okay, this is great. I'll save these for later. This is a beautiful amount of seeds. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. It almost reminds me of another project we're going to do later in this week, making bird feeders. Okay, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay, so now I'm going to just mix it up with my fingers. I'm going to press and I'm going to mix and get it all mixed into my pulp. I want my seeds to be nice and mixed in with my pulp. Awesome. This is so great. I would love to know what your favorite flower is. If your family is nearby, have an adult leave a comment in the Facebook comment section or over on Instagram. I would love to know what your favorite flowers are, or even take a picture. And actually, speaking of pictures, my best friend Leah sent me a picture this morning of her Plant Appreciation Day celebration, where she just put all of her beautiful flowers, house plants, right on her balcony, and she just sat and enjoyed them. So they got some nice fresh air. So shout out to Leah. I hope you're watching. Miss you, girl. I miss you so much. I don't like isolation. Okay, cool. Alrighty, friends. So this is nice and mixed up. Now from here, I can just make balls. I'm a big fan of making Fab Lab seed balls. And what you're going to want to do is, as you're shaping your seed bombs, you're going to want to press the moisture out. See how it's staying together? It almost reminds me of the pinch test that we tried out last week when we were making our Play-Doh. Okay, so you can just make simple bombs like this. This is a super easy, fun shape. If you've got some green paper and some blue paper, you can totally turn this into little globes, little earths. I see that a lot. I see classrooms do that all the time. Awesome. So here is my first little seed bomb. And I'm going to set it here to dry. But maybe I want to get a little bit extra fancy. I definitely want to get a little extra fancy. I want to do, let's see, maybe we'll do an airplane. Let's do an airplane shape. If you have cookie cutters handy, perfect for this project. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of the water drained from my plate. Nice. And then I'm going to fill my cookie cutter shape with my seed pulp. Awesome. And you can just really stuff it in there, just stick it on in there. And again, you're going to want to press to get the moisture out. Just press it to get the water out. Nice. Okay, this is so cute. Look at my little airplane seed bomb. So cute. Oh, I love it. And if you don't have cookie cutters handy, friends, you can absolutely use your hands to make shapes, make simple shapes like hearts and like stars. Actually, I might even try that next. So I'm just pressing the moisture and I'm pressing the shape. So I'm pressing my seed bomb, or soon to be seed bomb, as I'm shaping it and I'm getting the moisture out of it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I can either leave it in the shape that it's in and then pop it out later very carefully once it's dried overnight, or I can attempt to get it out now. I'm feeling brave. Ooh, I am feeling brave. Yes. My little airplane. How sweet. So I made a little airplane seed bomb. It is adorable. Let's see here. I want to do a dinosaur, I think, with my next one. I'm going to do I have enough? I don't know. I don't think I have enough for a dinosaur. What do I have enough for? Maybe I have enough for a star. Let's try a star this time. I don't know that I have enough for a star, but I think it's okay. Actually, you know what? I think I have enough for another airplane, so I'll just leave it that. I'll do another airplane, just because I didn't make enough. And I will be making more, but I don't think I made enough of the pulp. So I'm just gonna press and shape. Actually, let me see if I can make a heart. I'm gonna see if I can make a heart, because it's not working. And if it's not working, that's totally fine. Gonna press it out, and I'm gonna see if I can freehand a shape. I would love to know what shapes you guys freehand. Awesome. Ooh, I love it. Let's do an L. Thank you. Ah! Nice. Some of the magic behind the camera has hooked us up with some support. Here I have an L because my first name is Lindsay. No, my first name is not Crazy. It's Lindsay. So I'm gonna do an L shape, which is perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Nice. You can personalize these if you're going to give them as gifts. I think you're gonna, if you're gonna give them as gifts, you can totally personalize these. If you know that you have friends that, using their birthday, if you can find numbers in I have a cookie cutter kit that's got like hundreds and hundreds of different letters and numbers and shapes in it. And so it comes in super handy for projects like this. But if you don't have that, you can shape them by hand. Oh, this is adorable. Here's an L, an airplane, an L, and a good old classic seed bomb. And I'm gonna just turn this one into a good classic seed bomb also. This is so sweet. Friends, I absolutely love this project. It's one of my favorites. I do it with all of the kids in my life. They absolutely, absolutely adore it. And as a little extra experiment when it comes to plants, did you know that apples, potatoes, and onions taste exactly the same when your taste buds aren't involved? As an experiment, you can have your parents slice a potato, an apple, and an onion and try holding your breath so that your taste buds don't get the flavor on them. Your nose, because your nose is important to help get flavor coming, to help expand flavor in your mouth. So if you hold your breath, you might be able to see if that did you know is true or not. And I would love to hear if it comes together for you. Awesome. I'm super happy with my super adorable little plant bombs. So super cute. And if you can't find seeds and you still want to grow a little garden of your own, later this week, I'm going to show you how to use simple discards from your kitchen, from your lunch and your dinner supply to make plants grow. Do you see this crazy little thing here? This was a cabbage that I brought about a month ago. I chopped it up to make a delicious stir fry, and I accidentally left it in the windowsill. And this happened, a beautiful flowering cabbage. And there are so many other plants like potatoes and many other things that will just grow all by themselves, and I'll show you how later this week. So make sure you're tuned in to the Fab Lab Live, and you and I will together get our plant on. Coming up next, I am super excited because, of course, it's Active Hour. This Active Hour is extra special because one of my favorite new fitness coaches is with us, Coach Michael. Woo woo! He makes the funnest, best workouts. I'm so excited to share it with you. I'm in this one, so stay tuned for a lot of fun. So check out me and Coach Michael for Active Hour, and then stick with us after that because Coach Michael is going to join me here in the Fab Lab kitchen, where we're going to make a very special Plant Appreciation Day lunchbox menu. So stick around. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Oh, what's up, Aunt Lindsay?
What's up, Fab Labbers? It's Crazy Aunt Lindsay, and Active Hour today is out here at the Fab Lab wall. I'm so stoked to be here with fitness coach Michael. His workouts are some of my favorites. I know that you love them too. And today, we're gonna do them together. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Perfect. So today, Fab Labbers, what you're gonna need is, you're gonna need a soccer ball or a teddy bear. If you have a teddy bear, use a teddy bear. You're going to need a cup and a plate. So run over to the kitchen and get those so we can get started.
What?
And we're gonna use this later. All right, are we ready? Are you ready, Crazy Aunt Lindsay?
I'm ready.
Perfect, we're gonna start with the warm up. So we're gonna go high knee claps. We're going here, clap, clap, clap.
Got it.
You got it?
Clap.
Ready? Go.
Clap.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. Just 20 of those. All right, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling good?
My pants are sliding down.
Sliding
as
down.
always.
Perfect. Up next, we're gonna do side lunges. Have you ever done a side lunge?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is how it's gonna look. Feet straight together, facing forward. We're going down and bending down. Coming up, same side. We have 8 each side. 2, 3,
I have done
4.
these before.
Perfect. 5, 6, 7. One more. And 8. Switch. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. And 8. Awesome job at home. Feel good?
That feels great.
It's hot out here. It feels amazing. Hope you guys have an amazing week. So up next, we're gonna do 2 more rounds of those high knees, and then 2 more rounds of the lunges.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm in.
Here we go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
It's like
Awesome
double
job.
dutch.
Yes. Are we ready? We're gonna go to the left side now. Ready, Aunt Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking great at home. Looking great. 6, 7. Last one. 8. And switch. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing good. 5, 6. 2 more. 7 and 8. Awesome job, everyone. How are you feeling?
So good.
Trying to get sweaty.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Every time we do 5, we're gonna turn. 5, turn, 5, turn.
Okay, do we start on the right side
High
or
knees.
left
We're gonna
side?
start right side.
Cool.
Are you ready? Here we go. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and done.
Woo!
Awesome job. Awesome job. Here we go. Last round with the lunges. We're going left.
Okay, left.
And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Nice.
Good work. Other side. Are you ready?
Ready.
And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. And
Nice.
8. Good. Now, what's one of the most important things, Crazy Aunt Lindsay, to do while you're doing fitness?
Hydrate.
Hydrate, that's right. So make sure you have your water, you have what you need to stay hydrated. Get a towel if you need. Get your parents involved. Whatever you need, stay hydrated. And the second most important thing is making sure we stretch and our muscles are loose so we were able to do the rest of the workout.
That was my second guess.
It was a trick question. It was a trick question. Are you ready, Crazy Aunt Lindsay? We're going to stretch here.
Yeah.
So open up that stance. We're going to go straight down the middle. Reach as far as you can. We're going to stretch the hamstrings. So you should be feeling the stretch right behind your leg from your glute into that knee.
Awesome.
Now we're going to take it to the right side. Same thing that we were doing with those lunges. And just hold. I hope you guys are having a great time at home.
Good job, guys.
And switch.
Should my knee not be going over my...
That's perfect, yeah. All right, back up. We're gonna pick up the right foot. We're stretching the quad. This is gonna test your balance. You guys are doing awesome. Hold for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, switch.
Nice job, guys.
Other side.
That's some great balancing skills.
Feels great out here. Nice sunshine. Look at this. I'm already sweating and it's just a warm up.
Spring is here.
And foot down. Shake out those legs. How you feeling? Feeling good?
So good.
Perfect.
My
So up
muscles
next.
are like buzzing, like they're waking up.
Yes. We have frog squats. Frog squats are fun. I love doing these. I know you're gonna enjoy these as well. So our frog squat, we're gonna come down, both hands to the ground, and hop up. Both hands to the ground, hop up.
So cute. I love it.
That's gonna be the frog squat, and then we have back lunge kicks. So the back lunge, we're coming back this way, and then we're kicking up. Come back, kick up. Nice and easy, working on that balance as well. All right, Crazy Aunt Lindsay, you wanna start us off?
Yeah, let's do it. The frog squats.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. We're going 10 of those.
Got it.
And then we have 8 of the back lunge kicks.
8 back lunges. Okay.
Are you ready?
To the front or to the side?
Let's face forward. Start us off.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the right leg. We're gonna dip the right leg. So down, kick.
Down, kick. 2, down, kick. 3, down, kick. 4, down, kick. 5, down, kick. 6, down, kick. 7, one more.
8.
There we go. Great job.
Okay.
Other side. Are you ready?
I think so.
Start us off.
Alrighty. So right leg forward, down, kick.
Kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good. 5, 6. 2 more. 7. Last one.
And 8.
8.
Woo!
Awesome
Woo,
job.
Michael,
Get some
I don't
water.
know.
All right, Crazy Aunt Lindsay, we have 4 rounds of these.
4.
4 rounds.
I could do 2 more.
2 more. What do you guys think? Should we do 4 or 3? We hear 4 from the crowd. We hear 4 from over there. We're going for 4. Woo! All right. I hope you guys are getting your parents involved, your siblings involved, anyone that's around the house, get them to do this workout with you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm super ready.
Now, can we count in Spanish?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Miss Maria. Gracias, Miss Señorita Maria.
Perfect. Aquí vamos. A 10. Are we ready?
Ready.
Down. 1,
1,
2,
2, 3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
7,
7,
9, 8, 9,
10. Yes. Awesome job, everyone. Here we go, back lunges. It's getting hot. I'm loving it. Right foot.
It's getting hot. Yeah.
Here we go. Up. 1.
I don't think I can do it.
2.
Ah!
3. You got this, Crazy Aunt Lindsay. You got this. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. There you go. There you go. Finish strong. Finish strong.
8. Oh.
Perfect. One thing you must remember, go at your own pace. Everyone's at different levels. Make sure you're assessing where you are and you're slowly progressing as you go. Are we ready?
I'm ready. As I can be.
And back. In Spanish.
Uno.
2.
Dos.
3.
3.
4.
5.
5.
6.
6.
7.
7. Uno más.
8.
8. Buen trabajo. Buen trabajo means good job. So if someone's doing it with you, tell them buen trabajo.
Buen trabajo.
Buen trabajo.
Buen trabajo.
There we go. Rest. We're gonna take a 30-second rest. Get some water. We have 2 more rounds. How are you feeling, Crazy Aunt Lindsay? Feel good? All right, here we go. We have 2 more rounds. Are you ready?
I don't think I can do it. Oh man.
You got this. Real quick, real quick. If you're not able to go all the way down, completely okay. Come halfway, hop up. Halfway, hop up. Are we ready?
I'm gonna really challenge myself right now.
Here we go. 10, down. 1, 2, 3,
4. 5.
6,
7.
7,
8.
8.
Wait.
2 more, 2 more.
8.
8,
9.
9.
10.
Yes.
Okay.
We
No
finished with a
cheating.
Yes. No
No
cheating.
cheating.
Here we go. Down. Crossover.
Is there an easier way to do that one?
Yes. So if that one gets too difficult, don't go all the way back. So don't launch back. Just step back, kick. Step
Okay.
back, kick.
I'm gonna try that.
Are we ready? Here we go. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
4,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
8,
9, 10.
10.
We get 2 extra there.
Oh.
2 extra, that is okay. Because we are overachievers, and I know you are overachievers at home as well. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
We did 10 that side. Can we do 10 the other?
We can do 10 together.
All right, here we go. Go. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
5, 6, 7,
8, 9,
9,
10. Awesome work.
Crushed it.
All right, we have 1 more round. 30-second rest. Get your water. Let's sweat my eye.
Be careful. Don't touch your face.
Here we go, here we go. Are we ready?
Ready.
Are you ready?
What are we doing?
Last round.
Frogs? Frogs?
Frogs.
Frogs.
Last set of frogs. 10 of these. Here we go. Down. 1,
1,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
Yes. Woo. Great job, great job. Last one.
Okay, last round of
Here we go.
kick squats. Kick lunges.
Kick lunges. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Siete.
Last one. 8.
Ocho.
Good work. And switch it up. This is the last one we have here. And we're all done. Woo. Ready.
Oh.
And up. 1,
2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great job. Woo. Give yourself a round of applause. So now I want you to go get your cup and your plates. We're gonna set one of them on one side. We're gonna switch. We're gonna place the other on the other side. Here's what we're gonna do. Crazy Aunt Lindsay's gonna be in the middle first. She's gonna be jogging in place. When I say plate, she's gonna touch the plate. She's gonna come back. Jog in place. When I say cup, she's gonna go touch the cup and back in place. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Well done. Whew. If you have the in on any good pants that stay up when you're working out, make sure you have your parents leave me a comment in the section below. Okay.
Okay. Everyone ready? Jog in place, jog in place. Here we go, here we go. Cup. Good. Jog in place, jog in place. Pump, 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 cup. There we go. Jog, 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 jog. Plate. Good work at home, good work. Jog, jog. Pump those legs, pump those legs. Cup. Keep it up, keep it up. Plate. Jog, 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 jog. Cup. Plate. Good work. Everyone give her a round of applause.
Awesome. I love this one. All right. Now it's my turn, guys. You ready, Coach Michael?
I'm ready.
All right.
Here we go.
Place. Go.
Pump.
Go. Go. Play. Go. 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 Cup. Go. Go. Play. Go.
Here we go, here we go. Stay fast.
Play. Cup. Cup. Go.
Woo! Cup. Awesome job at home, awesome
I was
job.
on the track team. I wasn't a good runner though, but I was a team player.
Great work, great work.
Awesome job.
We're going 2 more rounds.
Okay.
Are we ready? Jog in place, plate. Good. Jog, jog, jog. Cup. Plate. Plate. Keep it up at home. Pump those legs, pump those legs. Cup. Here we go, last one, last one. Pump, pump, pump. Plate.
Nice.
Work. And rotate.
All right, Coach Michael, you ready?
I'm ready.
Jog, 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 cup. Jog, jog, plate. Good job. Cup.
Keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping. What, to the cup?
Nice job. Plate. One more and plate. Good job.
Woo. Good work, everyone, good work.
I think this is our last round.
Last round.
Woo.
Are you ready?
Woo.
And jog. Pump, 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 pump. Cup. Keep pumping, plate.
Woo.
Good work, good work. Pump those legs at home, pump those legs, plate. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Cup. Here we go, last one, plate.
Nice.
Good work. One more round.
One more round, guys. Do it with us.
Keep those legs strong. Are you ready?
Woo. Woo. And go play. Go cup. 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 Play.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Are we done?
You gotta go. And then go cup. You're done. Nice
Woo.
job.
Great job at
That might be
home.
one of my favorites.
All right, great work on that one. Get some water if you need, stretch out if you need. Up next, we're gonna utilize a soccer ball or any kind of ball that you have. You could also use a teddy bear if you have a teddy bear at home.
And again, it's totally okay for you to share objects with friends as long as your hands are washed and you've not been touching your face or sneezing into your hands. If you've done that, wash your hands. That's strong 20 to 30 seconds. You get right back to it with your friends. You can pass things safely. Good job.
All right, so we're gonna get down on the ground. We're gonna work on some core.
Oh, core, my favorite.
So feet on the ground, you're gonna lean back. And what we're doing here is we're going 3 touches to the side and then we're gonna toss over. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, toss over. 1, 2, 3, toss over. 1, 2, 3, and to the side.
1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Perfect.
Good job.
So we're gonna do 10 of those. So every time you toss it is 1, if it comes back 2, and so on. And then we're gonna finish with some crunches. So the crunches, you're gonna face each other. So you're gonna face me, Crazy Aunt Lindsay. We're coming back, up, tossing it, back, up, tossing it.
Okay.
You guys got this at home. All right, are we ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it, Mike.
Here we go, 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, over.
1, 2, 3, toss.
1, 2, 3, toss. 3,
1, 2, 3.
4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7,
1, 2, 3.
8, 1, 2, 3, 9. Last one.
2, 3.
Perfect.
Nice.
Great job.
Good job, everybody.
Right there. All right, here we go. Now face each other. Are you ready? We're going 10 of these.
Oh, gosh.
Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one.
10.
10.
Nice
Great
job.
job. And rest.
Whew.
Oh, it is nice out here.
It is such a good day.
Yeah, see, this workout's no joke. Look at this. Look how much I'm sweating. All right, rest up. Let's go 20 seconds. I don't even know if I should like wipe it with the shirt. Wipe it with this.
Good instincts. Good instincts. We're gonna go another round.
Let's go one more round.
One more.
One more round. Stay strong. Squeeze the core.
You got this, guys.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Over.
1, 2, 3.
2. 1, 2, 3. 3.
1, 2, 3.
4. 1, 2, 3. 5.
1, 2, 3.
6. 1, 2, 3. 7.
1, 2, 3.
8. 1, 2, 3. 9.
1, 2, 3.
And 10. Perfect. Last one. And we are done.
Let me just make sure my hands are not falling. Which way? Completely. Okay.
All right, here we go. Last one at home. You got this. Go. Spanish. 1,
1, 2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Yes. Woo!
Nice job, guys.
Great job, everyone. Now, to finish up, a little bit more stretching here. We want to make sure we cool off the body. Lindsay, do you have any crazy stretches for us?
Oh my gosh, a crazy stretch?
What can you come up with?
A crazy stretch. How about, my favorite thing to do in the whole world is this. Woo!
Can we do it together?
Woo!
Left. Woo!
Woo!
Right.
Woo!
Left.
Woo! Woo!
Woo! Those are fun.
Woo!
I'm gonna steal those.
Oh, they're my favorite.
All right, here we go. We're gonna finish up with one leg forward. And I want you to lean forward into that leg. Nice and easy.
Ooh, that
Keeping it
feels
straight.
so good.
So we wanna hold that for 15 seconds. And we're almost done here. And switch. Really good stretch. All right,
That's so
shake out
good.
those legs.
So
Shake
good.
them out, keep shaking them out. Perfect, you guys did an amazing job today. Thank you so much for joining me. Crazy Aunt Lindsay, anything else you want to add?
No, this was such a great thing. Thank you so much to Coach Michael and his awesome outdoor workout. You'll be able to catch him on the replay on YouTube. Can't wait for that. stay tuned because next we're going back into the Fab Lab kitchen for what? The Fab Lab lunchbox. See you in a few seconds. Nice job. discussion, but before we do that, you know what's coming up. It's time for the Fab Lab Lunchbox. Today's Fab Lab Lunchbox is dedicated to Plant Appreciation Day. Oh yes, we are making delicious, delicious Fab Lab oatmeal bowls, but not just any Fab Lab oatmeal bowl, my friends. No, no. We're making sweet and savory Fab Lab oatmeal bowls, and that means that I need a friend. I need a friend, and I have a friend. You know him, I know him, we love him, he keeps us fit. Say hello to fitness coach Michael!
Woo! Hello everyone, hello, I'm excited to be here with you. Can't wait to share this recipe with you, Crazy Aunt Lindsay.
Same.
I am excited.
Yeah.
First things first.
First things first.
We must wash our hands.
Wash our hands. So while you wash your hands, Coach Michael, will you just tell us a little bit more about you? We've been working out together for the past 2 weeks, these super fun workouts, one in our living room with pillows. Just today, we were outside at the Fab Lab wall, working it out. Tell me a little bit about how you became a fitness expert and what you do when you're not in the Fab Lab.
Yes. So what I do is I help people reach their goals through fitness and healthy habits. I've been doing that now professionally for 4 years. I was always into fitness. I love sports. Big soccer player, so that kind of just continued on through life.
We played with a soccer ball yesterday.
Yes. Yep, so now I help other people empower themselves to reach their goals.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit about why it's important for kids to be involved in fitness and nutrition at an early age.
Yes, it's extremely important to build those habits early on because the longer you wait, the harder they're going to be. I can remember a quick story. My mom used to get mad at me because I wouldn't eat her greasy food when I was a kid. And eventually, you know, I was making my oatmeal, I was making my eggs on my own until she learned to cook cleaner and cook healthier, and it just benefited everyone else. So if you start early, it's so much better for you.
Yeah, so cool. Diabetes runs in my family, and when I was a youngster, I started cooking. I was really into the Food Network when I was young, if you can't tell. And I was just always in the kitchen chefing it up, and now my family eats lots of vegetables. They used to make fun of me when I ate vegetables, and now they love them as much as I do. So if you like vegetables and your family's not that into it, don't be afraid to advocate for it and get a couple of things in your kitchen. So today we talk about it being plant nutrition, or excuse me, Plant Appreciation Day. So tell me a little bit about this recipe that we're going to make.
So this recipe, what I like to do with my oatmeal, it's a great morning recipe, or you can eat it throughout the day, also after your great workout. What I love to do with my oatmeal is I like to mix it up with fruits, a little bit of chocolate, and as well some honey to give it some flavor, give it some sweetness, and make it good to go.
Very cool. And I have recently gotten into savory oatmeal. Oh yes, oatmeal that is not sweet. Can you believe it? I'm so excited about this recipe that I'm going to share with you. We're going to pop over to our stoves together, and we're going to grab what we've been cooking. So I made my oatmeal with a little bit of bone broth instead of water or milk. I used a little bit of chicken bone broth. You can use vegetable broth if you prefer to. You can also use simple, regular old water, but chicken broth, bone broth adds to me really great flavor.
I'm very excited to try that. I've never tried it. So mine is going to be regular oatmeal, milk, oats, and you are good to go.
Distancia social, hey!
With the dance. All right, are we ready for this?
Well, I'm ready. So I'm going to plate mine, and it's just going to be, like I said, these are my oats made with chicken broth, and fitness coach Michael has his oats cooked with half milk, half water.
Yes. And you can do almond milk, rice milk, hemp milk. There's a lot of different types of milk you utilize. Almond milk is my favorite, coconut milk as well. So feel free to mix it up at home.
Ooh, coconut milk. Ooh, yummy.
And I have my personal knife that I like to carry with me because I'm going to be cutting up some strawberries and some apples.
Cool.
Are you going to be adding that to your recipe?
I'm not going to add strawberries and apples. And actually, I'm going to let you go first because those strawberries look so good. Yes, and most of my stuff is already chopped up, so you go ahead.
Perfect. So what I like to do is I like to make mine really pretty. So start by chopping up the ends. I think you guys learned how to utilize a knife on a previous class.
Yeah.
So you guys should have some knife handling skills. Just nice and easy. What I like to do is get nice thin slices just like this.
Why don't you bring your bowl right into frame? Awesome.
And I'm gonna show you guys how to make this oatmeal look delightful.
He's going so fast. He's got those solid kitchen skills. He's holding his knife the way Coach Chef Jacob taught us. He's doing a great job being super safe.
2 strawberries, banana, nice and easy. You could also utilize your knife. And for a banana, it's very simple. I use the tip of the knife, just right
so
here.
Good.
Nice and fast. Get these, and let's put these across. We're just gonna decorate it.
That looks beautiful. I don't know if my oatmeal is gonna look as beautiful as his.
There we go.
So great.
Get a napkin here. All right. To make it extra sweet, I love adding some blueberries to it. So get your blueberries. We're gonna decorate the plates all the way around.
Mealtime is an incredible time to get super creative, to make little designs with whatever you have.
Love chocolate chips.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure you include those chocolate chips in here.
Ooh.
Few more. Can't go wrong with chocolate chips.
That looks delicious.
All right, I'm gonna skip the granola today.
Why?
I think it's gonna be too sweet. I'm gonna add honey instead. So saving that extra
Nice balance.
touch, so just sprinkle it with some honey.
Look at how lovely that is.
A little extra honey back and forth.
Ooh.
There we go.
This almost looks like a little character with a fun little hairstyle.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it in the overhead, but it's like this is hair and this is like, I don't know, it's cute.
Yep.
Sorry.
And the best thing about this is that it's quick. It's nice and simple. Throw on your oatmeal, get your fruit, good to go. Super easy.
Yeah, this oatmeal was ready in 3 minutes and now it's just about layering. So for my bowl, I'm gonna do a savory bowl. For this one, because I started with bone broth, it's already going to be nice and savory. To that I'm gonna add just a pinch of salt and pepper. To the base. Will you grab me
I'm
a spoon
excited
out of the
to-
Fab Lab drawer, please?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, you can grab 2 if you like. Thank you. So I'm just gonna mix it just a little bit. I don't know how salty my chicken broth is, so I'm not gonna over salt it just yet. But I am gonna add a little bit just so that I know that those flavors are coming together. Awesome. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a few carrots because I love carrots. I'm gonna try and be as fancy as Coach Michael.
Looks delicious already.
Looks delicious. I love carrots. Now, we're gonna wanna get some fat in there, so I just grabbed a giant avocado, and I'm going to carefully cut my avocado open. As always, I'm going to use the side that does not have the seed in it, so I can help make sure that my avocado stays fresher longer. Oh, it's great. Look at how beautiful this is. I mean, that is just, I love
Looks awesome.
the
It's the
ombre colors
perfect
of
avocado.
Totally. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna chop mine in half. I don't feel like I need to. I'm gonna just put the whole quarter into my bowl. Oops. Getting a little bit jank. Oh well. We got me. Thank you. We got my paper
Delicious.
towel.
Yes.
Awesome. Cute. Oh, I love all the colors that are coming together. And
Looks awesome.
it looks so cute. Now, if you remember last week, we made some eggs, extraterrestrial Easter eggs. And so I have a bunch of these eggs left over that are still super good to use. So I'm just gonna quickly, yes, thank you so much. I'm just gonna slice a few of my eggs.
Go.
Let's see if I can do it. So cute.
They look delicious.
They look so good. So I've just got my hard-boiled eggs here, and you can just set that off to the side. for me,
Perfect.
please. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then just to dress it up a little bit, because I love onions, and don't forget the experiment challenge in the Fab Lab Live. I want to know if onions, apples, and potatoes taste exactly the same like science says when you hold your breath. So I'm going to use a type of onion. This is called a scallion. And they have so much yummy flavor, and you don't need very much of them, and they just look beautiful when they're on top of things. Just like as a little garnish, just to make things a little extra fancy.
It looks delicious already.
This is it. I'm gonna taste mine.
Oh, we're ready to taste?
I'm ready to taste.
Are
So
you guys ready to taste?
this is the Fab Lab sweet and savory oatmeal.
Yes.
Now let's try and see.
Perfect.
Oh man.
So good.
Oh, this is delicious.
So good. You cannot go wrong with this.
You cannot go wrong with this at all. This is so yummy. It tastes just like the perfect lunch. It's super, super good post-workout meal.
Yep.
I'm so excited. We both have the protein going. We both have the fruit. Avocado was
flavor,
the fruit,
the sweetness.
The flavor, the sweetness. When we go off camera, I'm gonna have a taste of Michael's because it looks so good, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a little bit of this one because this is so good. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in today's awesome Fab Lab lunchbox. I hope that you enjoy your lunch because I for sure am. Now stay tuned
I am excited
because coming up we have Dr. Jessica Hebert. Yes, Dr. Jess is back in the Fab Lab, but this time she's not talking about DNA. No. She's helping us write a song with her songwriting partner from the PDX Broadsides. Take it away, Jess.
Sounds awesome. Thank you guys.
Hello, everybody at the Fab Lab with Crazy Aunt Lindsay. I'm Dr. Jessica Hebert.
And I'm Christian Lipsky.
And we are bandmates in a band based here in Portland called the PDX Broadsides. It's hard to time that out talking together from far away.
Science.
But we write a lot of songs about fun and feelings, and I guess we just really write about the things that we love, right, Christian?
That's correct. Basically, yeah, anything that really makes us excited, that's a good thing to write a song about.
What are some of your favorite things that you write songs about?
I like, well, there's a lot of fandoms and stuff like movies and TV shows and stuff that I like to write, like stuff that makes me excited, like Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever, just like, what? That sounds like something I'd like to write about.
Yeah. I've been writing songs for a very long time, since I was super little. I used to write songs to make my little sister laugh. And I would write songs about monkeys and silly things like riding our bikes outside, just whatever I could do to be funny. And now I still write some songs that are funny, but I also write songs when I'm feeling sad or when I'm feeling really angry. Sometimes writing songs helps us process the things that we are feeling.
That's a good point. Just anything, almost anything that you want to share with other people is something you can write a song about. Whether it's something that you really like, a book that you read that you really like, or just the way that you're feeling at any particular moment.
Yeah, music is a really good way to share. That's a good point. What are do you have favorite songs that you can think of that make you want to share?
Songs that make me want to share?
Yeah.
Let's see. I know, now I can't think of any songs that I've written right now, and that's how it works when you're on video.
That it's hard to think. And that's okay too. I mean, we have written songs, there's a song called Catatonic about when you're faced with something and you're really excited about it, but then you get there and you can't, your brain goes completely blank. You can write a song about that too. That's totally okay. So if you're at home and you're thinking, what can I write about? Look around your room and think, what are 5 things that I can see right now? What are 5 things that I could see right now that I could write a song about? Well, I've got some pictures of scientists up above me right now. I've got Carl Sagan and Bill Nye and Rosalind Franklin, and they're all scientists I like a lot. So maybe I would write a song about space or science. I have my dog is over there, and Lucy is the subject of many, many songs that I write because Lucy is fun to write about. You can write a song about your dog or about your mom or about anything you want. What are some things that you could see that you could write songs about, Christian?
Well, let me see. I have some records, like some record albums. Kids, music used to come on actual discs like this. I have some record albums that I've pinned to the wall. Maybe I could write a song about kind of songs that I like, or what it feels like to listen to a really good song. Or sometimes my parents can seem like a broken record. It just skips and repeats over and over again. I've also got I've got some little figures. Grab them. I have some little figures on my desk, and I've got Mr. Spock from Star Trek,
Oh,
and
nice.
I've got a stormtrooper from Star Wars, and they're sitting next to each other. Well, what if they met in real life? What would they talk about? How would they explain where they come from, or how would they get along? Would they be best friends? They would be best friends. I'm telling you.
The Stormtrooper and Mr. Spock.
Yeah. So anything like that, anything that makes you think for a second, and just anything that brings up an idea, like that could be a song.
No, I really like that. Where would a Stormtrooper and Mr. Spock meet?
Probably at the playground.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Spock rhymes with walk. So maybe the Stormtrooper and Mr. Spock met while they were on a walk.
That's right.
And
Well, they were taking their dogs for a walk,
yeah.
and they
And
start to talk to each other about their dogs, or where they come from, or what it's like to fly in a spaceship. There's a bunch of different. You just go from there.
they already have a lot of things in common. See, we were talking about 2 things we could see in Christian's room, and now we've already got the beginnings of a song. So you can do it too. It's really easy. So look around, think about 5 things you can see. And if maybe that doesn't inspire you, think about a couple of things that maybe you can hear. Maybe you can hear your mom or your dad cooking in the kitchen. Like maybe you want to write a song about cooking.
Maybe you can hear birds singing in the trees outside, and maybe you're wondering what they're talking about.
That's a great example.
There's a lot of imagination in songs.
Yeah. We joke about when we write a song, we say, what if this could happen? And those are, I think, some of the most fun songs to write when you let your imagination just go and write about the things that you like.
That's the best,
Um,
because it doesn't have to be real. That's the best part. Is it's a song. It's like a story. It's a made up thing, and it doesn't have to be real. It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
do you think it's easier to start with the words of a song or the music of a song?
I think for me it really depends. Like I've done songs both ways. I've thought about something that I really wanted to share, like like things that I like, and I think, oh, you know what, that would be cool. I wonder what would happen if this would happen. I start to think about the story and how it would go. And other times I'm you know how when you're like just walking along and you make up a little song to yourself, you go da 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 da. Like, oh, that's music. Oh, what kind of words would fit with that? So, you know, it could go either way.
Yeah, when you mentioned bird song, that made me think about like you hear a little tune in the trees and sometimes it gets stuck in your head. And music for songs get that way with me sometimes. I'll be walking around like, what is this thing in my head? And I have to stop and I have to sing it to someone else. Sometimes I sing it to you, and sometimes I have to like record it real quick and say, oh, what does that sound like? And it is okay if a song doesn't come out of that. This is all practice. How many songs would you say that you have written that you've never sung for anybody else?
Oh, more than 100 easily. That's the thing about songwriting is like sometimes you start it and you're like, I think this is a good idea, and you start writing and you go, I don't have anything more to say. I've got like 2 or 3 words. I've got a rhyme, and that's about it. And you're like, okay, well, I guess that didn't go anywhere. It's like, it's like looking for buried treasure.
Yeah.
You're like looking around, and you're like, I think I'll dig a hole over here. Nope, nothing there. I guess I have to, go somewhere else. Try something new.
And sometimes you end up with a yard full of holes, and sometimes you end up with something really cool.
Sometimes there's treasure, sometimes there's not. Not every hole is buried treasure.
There's a song. There we go.
That's true. Like that, and that's true not just for writing songs, but just for anything. Like if you meet a new person, they're not always going to be your best friend. Sometimes they will be. So, you keep trying, you keep meeting people.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I sing probably 100 songs a day to my dog that no one else will ever hear. Um, it's really easy to do. And I think the easiest way to start a song, if you've never written one before, is listen to a song that you like or that you know really well, and just try replacing a couple of words and see what that does to the song. And that's really easy, especially if you're used to singing to your dog or your cat or your little sister. Find some words that work and plug them into your favorite song and see what happens. And that is called parody. When you're doing something that is based on a song that already exists, but you're making it a little different. And that's still making a song. It's still making music.
Yeah, we've definitely done that before. We've taken songs that already exist and wrote new words for them. And they're funny words. But we've just, the music's already there. You can just replace the words with something else that you've written, and that's a funny song.
Yeah. A really simple example, I was singing to my dog earlier. Instead of Mary Had a Little Lamb, it was Lucy is a fluffy dog, fluffy dog, fluffy dog. Like, you can make a song about anything you want. So give that a try. Let's maybe talk about a song that we have written, Christian. What do you
Okay.
think? So there was a song that we got asked to write by our friend about the world of Harry Potter. And we weren't quite sure which thing in Harry Potter we were going to write about. And Christian got excited by his favorite character from Harry Potter. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, totally. So we got asked to write a song about, because we didn't have any songs in the Harry Potter world from the books and the movies. So I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And so I sat and I thought about who would be good to write a song about, like a character in the books and movies. And Luna Lovegood is I think my favorite character in Harry Potter, because she's so different and she's so interesting and maybe strange, but she's really cool. And I thought, well, you know what? I've never heard a song about Luna Lovegood, so maybe I'll maybe I'll give it a try and I'll write about her. So I sat down and I just, not even like writing a song at that point, but I just sat down and I wrote and I thought about what she was like and what things that I really liked about her. And some of the stuff that came up was she's not afraid of what other people think about her. She does the things that she likes to do, and she doesn't care that other people don't get it or understand. She's really kind. She's a really loyal friend, that kind of thing. So I thought, these are things that I would like to put in the song because I want to share, these ideas that I had about Luna. And we ended up writing a song.
So when you had all those ideas, what did you do with them?
I put them all in a document.
Yeah, so you wrote them down.
Yeah, so I wrote them down because I don't, I can't remember everything in the whole world. So I just,
We try.
I was on my computer and I just started writing down things like, well, this, she does this, or here's something that she was involved in that I thought was cool. And then I sat down afterwards and looked at everything I had written and tried to come up with, in this particular case, I tried to come up with just the first line of the song, not the chorus, but just the first verse. And instead of kind of telling a story, in this case, instead of just telling the story of what Luna Lovegood did in the Harry Potter books, I decided to describe her, just kind of write some words that make me think about Luna. Or when I think about Luna, these are the words that I think about.
Yeah.
And just I started with that first line, and then I thought, okay, I need a second line that rhymes at the end, and just went on from there. And then I wrote the words first for that one.
I'm glad that you brought up rhyming. Do you think songs always have to rhyme?
They don't always have to rhyme. They don't have to rhyme at all.
It's true. I don't think they always have to, and sometimes it can rhyme in different ways.
Yeah.
You'll hear a song where they'll rhyme two lines that are right next to each other, or sometimes they'll alternate rhyming, or sometimes there's just absolutely no rhyming at all, and that's okay. But rhyming does make it a little bit easier to write songs, I think. Because if you're already thinking of one word and you're looking for that next word, sometimes the first word reminds you of another word that sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's helpful. Do you have any useful tools that you use to find rhymes or words when you have trouble thinking of the right word?
Oh, totally. Sometimes, sometimes I'm thinking I need a word that rhymes with dog, and all I can think of is log, but I'm pretty sure that there are more words that rhyme with dog. So I'm not just writing, a song about a dog on a log.
Which is a fine song,
Well,
but
I'm thinking about
not every song can be about dogs and logs.
That's right. But there's this really great website called Rhyme Zone, which is super useful for giving you some ideas about words that rhyme. And sometimes when you go to Rhyme Zone and you put in a word that you want to find rhymes for, it'll come up with a lot of words that you didn't think about.
Oh,
and
nice.
Those then give you new ideas about the song, about different ways that you can tell the story or share the things that you want to talk about.
That's really cool.
Rhymezone.com.
Rhymezone.com. That is a really good resource that you can use. Dictionaries are a good place. Like maybe you want to just find a really cool word and work that in somehow. Sometimes I'll just look in a dictionary and go, that word is really cool. That is exactly what I want to put in here. And I'm find something that works around it. So
it's also a good thing. It's also a fun game to play when you look through the dictionary, especially if you're thinking about what you want to write about, and you find a really cool word. You're like, wow, that's interesting. How can I use that?
We were with our friends in Seattle last year, and they gave different tables, different sets of words, and you had to write a song with those words in it. And sometimes words were weird. So have a friend pick 5 words for you and try to write a song with all 5, and you'll be surprised what you might come up with. It's really fun.
That sounds like a cool game.
So let me show you. So we were talking about Lovegood, which is our song about Luna Lovegood from the Harry Potter universe. And what Christian did first when he was trying to write that song was he wrote down a bunch of ideas about who Luna was, because he wanted to make a song about her personality.
Right.
So then what did you do once you had that list? You started writing the first verse.
I started writing the first verse, and and just looking through my notes at the bottom of the page to see, okay, what are some other, I know what word I want to rhyme. What are some other things from my notes that I could also talk about that maybe could get me to a word that rhymes?
So you said verse. What's the difference between a verse and a chorus?
In my mind, the verse is kind of the details about what you want to talk about, and the chorus is kind of, it's the part that comes back and you sing over and over again. It's the same every time. And for me, I like to use the chorus as kind of the bigger picture of the story. Like, it's not necessary. Like, if I'm writing a song about Mr. Spock and a stormtrooper going for a walk, walking with their dogs, maybe the verse would talk about how they met and what they talked about and their dogs and what kind of dogs they were, what their names were. But then the chorus would be a stormtrooper and Mr. Spock. They met each other when they were taking a walk. They both had dogs. They didn't have logs. Stormtrooper and Mr. Spock. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So it's like the chorus is kind of like the concept of the song.
Yeah, like we're going to be best friends.
Yeah, we're going to be
And
best friends.
the verses could be about like all the things that they're learning about each other, the ways that they are alike and the ways that they are different that are still going to make them friends. Like, it's okay to be different too.
Right.
And yeah, the chorus can be all about we're going to be best friends. Sometimes a song will have a different part called a bridge. And the bridge sounds different from the verse, and it sounds different from the chorus. And maybe when I hear a bridge, I think, oh, something exciting and different is happening here. And maybe it's like it turns out that they both don't understand something and they have to struggle with it a little bit, but then it's okay. The bridge throws in something that is a little bit different. And so Luna Lovegood our song has has verses. It has a chorus that reminds you who Luna is, and then it has a bridge. And the bridge reminds you that even when things are tough and when you're scared, when the nargles are there, it's okay because she is there with you. And then we go back to the sort of happy meat of the song. So I'd like to show you what Luna Lovegood looks like when it's all written down. So I'm going to share that with you right now. So this is what it looks like written down. And over here, you can see where Christian made a bunch of notes about what he wanted to write about, some favorite pieces of Luna Lovegood's story, Luna's wedding dress, what all those details were that he wanted to work into the story. And then over here on the left, we have the actual song.
Yeah, so you can see on the right-hand side, I started out with just some words I thought about when I think about Luna. Calm, strong, faith, hope, belief, secure, positive. And then below that, I've got some ideas about ideas about lyrics. Then below that, there's a quote from the book, "Don't worry, you're just as sane as I am." And I thought, oh, that sounds really cool. That's kind of what I wanted to say. It's like, don't worry, it's all good.
I really like that part, and that's part of the bridge too. So the bridge is in the middle of the song. We'll start at the top. So the beginning with the verse, these little letters that are up above the words. What are those, Christian?
Those are the chords that I decided to play on the guitar that I thought would fit really well with what I was singing.
So it's okay if you're writing a song at home and you don't know what chords are. Don't worry about it. Those are for us. But if you do know what chords are, when you're writing your song down, you can start putting your chords above your words so you know where the music is supposed to change and what the music is supposed to do. But absolutely not required, especially if you're writing a song for the very first time. So we've got these words: curiosity unlocks a world that we never see. A mind that is open invites in the unknown for company. That is really happy, and like something very exciting is about to happen. And then we have the chorus, which talks about Luna's heart, like trust in the dreamer, live with your whole life, stand out, and don't be afraid to be misunderstood. And I think that's a really positive message from Luna's story.
And then it says, trust in the dreamer, she will find her kind. So like she's, you know, it's okay if not everybody understands her, because she'll find people who do understand her. And then it says, hear with your ears and your heart and your toes and love good, because I thought that would be something that Luna would say.
Yeah.
That you should hear with your toes.
That is a very Luna thing to say. And here's where we talk about the bridge, where something is a little bit different. So please watch your step, be on guard, for the nargles are everywhere. Though you may search in vain, you may suspect from your shock that a rackspert has gotten you. That sounds very scary. But she says, don't worry, you're just as sane as I am.
And that part's really, it's kind of scary sounding. Because I wanted to include just something, you know, Luna's always talking about the like invisible creatures and the weird stuff that she knows about. And so I wanted to put in a little bit about her telling you, be careful out there, because there's weird stuff, but don't worry. And then it goes back into the rest of the song, which is kind of happy sounding, which is more happy sounding. So you're fine. You're going to be fine.
You're going to be okay. And that's a good thing to remember every day, and a really great lesson from Luna right now, that even when things seem the strangest, everybody around you is going through that same thing, and Luna would tell you to be brave.
That's correct.
So I'm going to go back to us on video. So I hope it was useful seeing some of what a song is written down like, some tips on things that you can write about anything you're thinking, anything you're feeling. All of those things make really good songs. Even Mr. Spock and the Stormtrooper taking their dogs for a walk, that is a really good song. And if you write a song about that, or about anything you can see right now, you can send it to us. We are the PDX Broadsides, and you can find us on Facebook and on Twitter, and pdxbroadsides.com. And we would love to hear the songs that maybe you're making. Totally. Anything else, any other wisdom you would like to share, Christian?
Record, because I will not remember. I will come up with this cool idea in the morning and go, oh, I'll remember that later, and I'll work on it, and then I will totally forget it. So if you have a cell phone that can record, or your parents have a cell phone that can record, ask to borrow it, and sing your song into it. Yeah. And then, you know, you can sing your song into it later after you've worked on it more, and you can hear how you've grown in writing a song.
You can also carry a little notebook with you, and you can write down your words, so that at least you won't forget the words for later. And I am very grateful to always have a little piece of paper with me, so I can say, that's a really good idea. I'll remember it later then.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So I hope that you've enjoyed learning some songwriting from us, from the PDX Broadsides. And now we're going to give you a video treat. So we talked about our song Luna Lovegood, and now you get to hear it. So this is what the entire band sounds like together singing that song about Luna, and it's called Love Good, and we hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for having us. Bye.
Curiosity unlocks a world that we never see. same as I am. Chasing mystery with rightfully strong positivity. Respect for the creatures who walk with us unseen to you. Rainbow honesty, colored with real generosity. Defending your family and friends with a steely ferocity. Trust in the dreamer, live with your whole life. Stand out and don't be afraid to be misunderstood. Trust in the dreamer, she will find her kind. Hear with your ears and your heart and your toes and love good. Hear with your ears and your heart and your toes and love good. Hear with your ears and your heart and your toes and love good.
Welcome to the Fab Lab story time, guys. I'm here in the Fab Lab library, and today's story time is going to be a little bit different and special. Yes, because it is Plant Appreciation Day. How so? We're not going to read a story, but we are going to read some really awesome information. I wonder why trees have leaves, and other questions about plants. I'm super stoked on this because it's from one of my favorite publishers, Scholastic. Growing up, I was all about that Scholastic life, and so here we're going to get to know together. Alrighty, let's see here. I wonder why trees have leaves. This is just a really wonderful Q&A book. So let's see what we have on one of the first pages. What is a plant? We talked about this earlier in the Fab Lab Live. Plants are living things. They come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny water weeds to towering trees. Plants are different from animals in one very important way. They can make food for themselves from sunlight alone. Animals cannot do this. They depend on plants for their food. Remember earlier when we talked about direct and indirect nutrition? This is exactly what this means. Some of us eat animals, and animals tend to be herbivores and eat plants. And we're omnivores and eat plants, and we can eat animals too if we choose to. Where do plants grow? There are about 380,000 different kinds of plants on Earth, and they grow just about everywhere, in fields and in forests, deserts, and mountains. Did you know that 85% of plants actually grow in the ocean? Besides air, the two things plants need are sunlight and water, so you won't find them in places that are completely dark or completely dry. Are plants really alive? Plants are just as alive as you and me. They need air, food, water to grow, and they can make lots of new plants like themselves. This proves that they're alive. Things like stones and rocks don't feed, they don't grow, and they don't have young babies because they're not alive. So why do trees have leaves? Like all plants, trees need their leaves to stay alive. Leaves are a tree's food factory. They contain a sticky green substance called chlorophyll, which you and I got to know about when we did our Fab Lab chromatography project with our spinach leaves in week 1. The chlorophyll uses the energy from sunlight to turn water and carbon dioxide into a sugary food. This food is when the food is then carried into every part of the tree and up into the the food is then carried to every part of the tree in a sweet and sticky juice called sap. Why do some trees lose their leaves in the fall? Big green leaves are useful in the springtime and summer. They make food while the sun shines and the days are long. When the days get shorter, there is less time for making food, and the tree has to stay alive off of its current food supply. Some trees shed their leaves in the fall so they don't have to feed the leaves too. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Why do leaves change color in the fall? It is the chlorophyll in the plant's leaves that make them look green. But in the fall, the chlorophyll breaks down. When the green coloring is gone, the leaves' other colors show through. Beautiful shades of red, yellow, and gold. Why do roots grow so long? Long roots keep a plant firmly in the ground so it won't fall over on windy days. But roots do another job too. By spreading out underground, they can suck up the water and minerals from the soil that the plants need to grow. Then the stems carry the water from the roots up to the leaves. Why are stems so straight? A plant needs to hold its leaves up to the sunshine, which it uses to make its food. Many plants grow tall, straight stems so that they can beat their neighbors to the sunlight. Plants tend to be competitive, huh? Which plants grow in water? The giant water lily is in the lakes and rivers of The giant water lily grows in the lakes and rivers of South America. Its roots lie deep in the mud, and its huge leaves float on the surface of the water. This is the best place for sunbathing. Each leaf curls up at the rim so that it can push other leaves aside. Which are the smallest plants? Some members of the algae family, like green algae we learned earlier, some members of the algae family of plants can grow to be enormous, but others are so small that you can only see them through a microscope. The very smallest algae float in lakes and oceans and are called phytoplankton. They're so tiny that a whale can catch millions in a single gulp. Which forest grows in the sea? Huge forests of kelp grow off the coasts of California. Kelp is a kind of seaweed that anchors itself to rocks and has a long, ribbon-like stem that reaches up through the water, and sometimes the stems can be 750 feet long as 8 swimming pools laid end to end. I had no idea. Ooh, which plants trap treats? When an insect lands on a Venus flytrap, it gets a nasty surprise. If it brushes against the tiny hairs on the opening of the leaf lip, it makes the leaf snap tightly shut, and the poor insect can't escape. The flytrap changes it into a tasty soup, which it slowly soaks up. So, remember we talked about being an omnivore, a carnivore, and an herbivore? Some plants are carnivorous, and Venus flytrap is one of them. Pincher plants have vase-shaped leaves that tempt insects with a sugary sweet smell. But the leaves are slippery traps. When a fly lands on them, it loses its footing, slips inside the vase, and drowns in a pool of juice. Gross! The sundew's leaves are covered with sticky, glue-like drops. When an insect lands on the leaf, it gets stuck. The more it struggles, the more it sticks. At last, the leaf folds over, traps the fly, and starts to dissolve it into a liquid food that it can also soak up. Gross! Why do plants have flowers? So one of my favorite things about Plant Appreciation Day is just cherishing all the beautiful flowers. Yes, we eat plants. Yes, we need them to breathe, but so many of them are simply beautiful to look at. My home is filled with flowers as often as possible, and maybe that's something that your family enjoys. Many plants have colorful, perfume flowers that attract insects and other animals. The visitors feed on drops of sweet nectar inside the flower. As they feed, they pick up a fine yellow dust called pollen, which they carry on to another flower. When the pollen rubs off on the second flower, that flower can start to make seeds. Which flower fools the bee? A bee orchid's flowers look and smell just like female bees. Male bees zoom to the flowers wanting to mate with them, but they've been tricked. The plant is just using them as a mailman to deliver little packages of pollen to the other orchids nearby. So, plants are smart too. Which is the smelliest flower? The dead horse arum is well named. It stinks of rotten meat. But Blowflies love it. These plump little flies usually lay their eggs inside the rotting bodies of dead animals. They're fooled by the plant's rotten smell and crawl inside to lay their eggs, picking up pollen on the way. It's all about that pollen life. Oh, now we're on to fruits and vegetables. I love it. Why is fruit so sweet and juicy? Plants make sweet, juicy fruit so that animals will eat them. Inside every fruit is one or more seed. When an animal swallows the fruit, it swallows the seeds too. These pass through the body and fall out on the other side, if you know what I mean. In such good soil, the seeds soon start to grow into new plants. This is all of us working together. Which plant shoots from the hip? The Mediterranean squirting cucumber, never heard of that, has a special way of spreading its seeds. As the fruit grows, it fills with a slimy juice. Day by day, the fruit grows fuller and fuller and fuller until it bursts, flinging the seeds all around in the air. Very cool. I think I want to see that in action. Which seeds sail away? Coconut palms grow near the shore, so the ripe coconuts often fall into the water. Protected by their hard shells, they float out onto the sea. After several weeks or months, they are often washed up on the beach where they sprout and start to grow new trees. Which fruit gets forgotten? Many animals feed on acorns, the fruit of the oak tree. Squirrels enjoy them so much that enjoy them so much that every fall they bury some in the ground to keep as a snack for when food is scarce in the winter. The trouble is, the squirrels often forget where they hid them. So, in the spring, young oak trees start to grow all around. Just yesterday, I was walking home and I legitimately stood and watched a squirrel eat a nut of some kind for like 5 minutes. It was looking at me, I was looking at it, and this reminds me of that. When does a seed begin to grow? Inside every seed is a tiny beginning of a new plant. This starts to grow when the soil around the seed is warm and damp. At first, the baby plant feeds on the food stored inside the seed. Shout out to Dr. Jess and teaching us all about placentas and eggs. Not that different. But as soon as the first leaf starts to open, it begins to make food for itself. Do all plants grow from seeds? Strawberry plants don't need seeds to reproduce new plants. They can send out side shoots called runners. Where these touch the ground, roots begin to grow. Then leaves and stems. In just a few weeks, there's a brand new plant. I didn't even know that. So why all the seeds on the outside of the strawberry? Remember earlier we talked about there being 200 of them? Seems like a waste to me. Which plant grows the fastest? The bamboo plant is the fastest growing plant in the world. Some kinds can grow nearly 3 feet a day. At that rate, they'd reach the roof of a 2-story house in a single week. Oh, I like this question. Are fungi plants? Fungi aren't really plants at all. We're talking about mushrooms. They look like plants and they grow in some of the same places, but unlike plants, they don't have leaves, stems, or roots, and they don't make their own food from sunlight. I didn't know that. A fungus grows by soaking up food from dead animals and dead plants. What puffs out of a puffball? A puffball is a kind of fungus that looks like a large, creamy ball. If you knock a ripe one, a huge cloud of dust puffs off the top of it. This dust is really millions of tiny specks called spores. Spores do the same job that seeds do. If they land on rich soil, they will grow into brand new puffballs. So which are the oldest plants? Soft mosses and tall ferns first appeared on land about 350 million years ago. But the very first plants appeared on Earth more than 3 billion years ago, 3 billion years earlier. They were tiny, microscopic plants called algae, which floated in the sea. Now remember, not all algae are considered plants. Green algae only. Depending upon the definition, red, yellow, and brown algae might be considered plants, but in most cases they're not. Very interesting. Why do trees have thorns? Trees, such as Africa's acacia tree, have thorns to keep plant-eating animals away. But that doesn't always work. Goats, animals, and giraffes, for example, use their tough lips and tongues to pull the branches, thorns, and all into their mouths. Ooh, that sounds like it hurts. The plants will have to think of a new trick. Why do stinging nettles sing? That's such a good question. I live here in Pacific Northwest in the Portland, Oregon area, and it is the perfect nettle season right now. And I was just going to go nettle picking with a friend of mine over the weekend. I might go this week instead. I love to make tea with nettles, and I would love to know why they sting. Stinging is another way plants protect themselves. Each leaf on a nettle is covered with little hairs as sharp as glass. If an animal touches one, the hair pricks the animal and injects a tiny drop of painful poison. Ouch! It won't stick around. It won't stick around to, and the animal won't stick around to eat the leaf. If you boil the nettles, it'll go away. Which plant looks like pebbles? Ooh. Pebble plants grow in the desert in southern Africa. They have 2 fat, juicy leaves that any animal would love to eat. But the plant protects itself by blending in with the background. Its leaves are disguised, so it looks like pebbles that animals ignore. Nice. And we'll read this last page. Which plants get a lift to the light? In rainforests, the tallest trees spread out their branches in the sunshine, making it shady down below. Because of this, smaller plants don't get enough light. A group of plants called epiphytes, I'm going to go with that, have solved the problem by perching high on branches of trees and growing up there instead. Cool. Which plant has a private swimming pool? Bromeliads are epiphytes that grow high up in the rainforest trees. They don't use their roots to collect water. Every time it rains, the plants catch the drops of water in pools in the middle of their leaves. The tiny pools are perfect for tree frogs to relax into. Which plants strangle and squeeze? The strangler fig, I love figs, is well named because it strangles other trees to death. Its seeds sprout up high up in the branches of a tree. Week by week, its roots grow longer, wrapping around the branches, down the trunk, and into the ground. The fig now sucks all the goodness out of the soil, starving its host until it dies. That's a bummer page to end on, so I'm going to go to another one. This will be the last page that we read together. Can plants grow in the desert? I'm going to guess yes. Plants can grow in the desert, but they need special ways to survive. Cacti have spreading roots that soak up any rain as soon as it falls. Then they take great care of their water, storing it inside of their fat, juicy stems. It may have to last them for weeks, months, or in some cases, even years. Can you imagine going years without drinking water? Can you pick a fruit in the desert? People have been picking bunches of sweet, sticky dates in Africa and the Middle East for more than 5,000 years. Today, this delicious desert fruit can be found dangling from palm trees in the desert of other countries too. Can you find a flower in the desert? Daisies, poppies, cacti, and many other plants flower in the desert. The plants wither and die during the hot, dry months, but their seeds survive in the ground. When it rains, they quickly spring up into action. They grow into new plants and cover the dry desert with a beautiful carpet of flowers within a few weeks. That's something I'd really like to see. I can't thank you enough for joining me in today's very special episode of the Fab Lab Digital Daycare. Happy plant appreciation to you. Make sure that you take photos of your house plants or the seed bombs that you make or any delicious vegetarian meals that you made to celebrate today. Don't forget that April is not just the month of showers to bring May flowers, but also Earth Day is coming up next week, and I can't wait to celebrate with all of you. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow.